Good evening. Time for a very special stream. Wow. Hi. Why is she? I just. Come on. I'm on the internet. Why is she doing this? She's doing this on purpose. That's weird. Unless my internet really isn't working. Uh-oh. Is it happening for real this time? I'll just close and reopen the app. You know what? I'm sure it'll be fine. Try again, VTube Studio. Completely normal and non-scuffed stream. As per usual, because I'm a professional. I was having internet problems earlier. I really hope it does not continue, and that is not why this is happening. Ah, it seems as if she didn't connect that time either. I'm gonna restart VTube Studio on the other side. Wow. I love to stream and be a streamer. I don't usually check this beforehand, because she has never not worked like this. Girl, track me. Girl, come back. Yippee! Uh-oh. Good. Well, that's good. Don't know why. I'm connected to the internet, she's connected to the internet. If she's cold, I'm cold. Oh, I'm not connected to the internet. I turned on the internet. It didn't reconnect me. That is why this is happening. Awesome, thank you. It's all my phone. Alright, she should work now. Here she is. Oh my god. Hi, I'm alive. I'm okay. We're good. Hi. That didn't happen. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. Of course this would happen the one stream of the year where I'm not playing a video game, I'm actually doing a just chatting. My one special day of the year. Nothing works. Before I forget, I want to give shout outs to a couple folks who followed. Thank you, Lovesick Like a Dog! Yippee! Good to see ya. And thank you also, Rambo Leaf. Which we'll be playing in a second. There we go. Take your time, OBS. I'm glad I can finally replay my cute little animations again. And I'm glad I know how to stop bot attacks now and have all my settings so it won't happen again. Yippee! Oh, good. My friend is adding stops to our Tokyo trip for next month, which means I'm going to be distracted the entire stream if she does this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so plan is, as I did the last year, this is the second annual. I'm going to rank. I'm on a tier list every single game that I played this year, on and off stream, regardless of whether it came out this year or not. I will show off the one from last year. Here is my verdict last year. Some of these, I don't remember why I put them where they were, so here is my logic for how these tiers work. I think Game of the Year, we decided it was an S-rank game that came out that year. Got to be Game of the Year. I don't know if that's going to be applicable this year. I'm not sure how many new games I played this year, and whether or not they will be able to be bumped. We will see. S-rank is like, I adored this game. I would absolutely revisit it in the future. It's something that, or it is something that I revisit often. It's a top game. A-rank is for games I really enjoyed. B-rank is, I like this game. It's lacking in some fashion. I don't like it quite as much. All S, A, B are all like, I really liked these games. They're just different tiers of I really liked these games. C is, it was fine. It had some problems, either for me or to stream or in quality or something along those lines. D is, it's not for me. It had some problems. Capitalism tiers for capitalism. It's for games that are intentionally exploiting their player base for money. Maybe because they have no other choice to get the game out, or maybe because it's the most profitable thing to do, but capitalism tier. And then super hell are the games that I just really didn't enjoy at all. Sorry, Firmament. I swear I'm not going to talk about Firmament this year. This is the year for all new games. Sorry, also Air. I just didn't like that game very much. So it's all a soft rolling. I liked these, but they just get more and more. I liked these pained as I go down the list. Highlights that are going to be relevant for this year. 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors I put in C rank, which means I know exactly where the other two are going to end up going based on that. What else did is there anything else we revisited or played a sequel for? We didn't play any of the Myst games this year. We haven't played any Nancy Drew yet. I did put one on this tier list in case we got to it beforehand. And then a lot of the capitalism games I didn't play this year, or I played new capitalism games, so. Infinity Nikki, we noticed that Love Nikki is in capitalism. I think we can probably guess where Infinity Nikki is going to end up. But we'll see. Maybe I'll be lenient because I haven't been tempted to spend money on it yet. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's actively relevant to this year's game selection. Also, sorry for doing the stream at a weird time today. It's been a little chaotic the past couple of weeks, just like finalizing holiday plans and hanging out with people before the holidays and that kind of stuff, so. Yippee 5 p.m. stream, chill vibe, 5 p.m. tier list stream. But yeah, I think those are the only things that were relevant. Let's begin. I'm going to hide this. Here's our tier list this year. I organized it the same way. Game of the Year at the top. S, A, B, C, D, Capitalism, and Super Hell. I think last year I organized all of the games meticulously in order of playing them. What did I do? It was like new this year, played off stream, played on stream, and then not new this year, played off stream and played on stream. This is all just as I found it. So it's all completely random, and we will treat it as such. I'll just do them in order, and we're going to ignore the one Nancy Drew game wherever she ended up. It almost looks like... It almost feels like I'm missing some. I feel like I've played more games than this. Oh well, maybe I did remove Nancy and didn't notice. So I had to redo this at least once. There's... Okay. I think it has everything. I think it has everything I've played. We'll start at the top. Starflyer's Royal Jewel Rescue. We played this at the beginning of the year. These are my childhood fave games. The company that makes these makes different story games for each age group. I don't know if I got Starflyers when I was in the correct age group, but I kept playing Starflyers and refused to play Carmen Sandiego because that was for the big kids. Even though I was definitely in the age group that was supposed to be playing Carmen Sandiego or similar games. So this was like the 6 to 8 age range, I believe. So they're a little silly, but I think they're really charming. Great nostalgia value. Also all kind of just fun good puzzles for learning for kids. So I really like Royal Jewel Rescue specifically. It has all my favorite bits in it, so I'm gonna put it in a solid A tier for the nostalgia value. Roblox we played once on stream, I think. That one goes into capitalism immediately. No question. I did, before I played Roblox on stream, spend quite a bit of money to customize my avatar to look like my VTubers, so... They got me. Princess Peach Showtime. I liked Princess Peach Showtime for what it was. I think it was maybe not... It is geared towards a younger age group, and it was a little easy. I think there were definitely challenges at times, but it was easier than your typical Mario game, and so I'm deducting points. I'm deducting points because it is a Peach game that they made easier than a Mario game, which makes me upset. But I did enjoy a lot of the mechanics, and some of the levels were pretty fun, so it's not horrible. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I want more Peach games that are harder. I want an open world Mario game where I can be Peach. Better yet, I want an open world Mario game where I can be Daisy. That is really all I require to be happy in life. Frogger 2 is a classic. I'm gonna put it up in A tier with Starflyer's Royal Jewel. Actually, you know what? We'll bump down Starflyer's Royal Jewel Rescue to B. We'll put Frogger in A tier, because Frogger is definitely more of a... It's beautifully done. It's a fun gameplay. Not glitchy. Just like a perfect execution on a beautiful thing. Hi, Violet! Welcome! Traveling Peach from Mario Odyssey, such goals. I wish she had her own game, yeah. Yeah. God, Peach was so good in Mario Odyssey. That's one of my favorite Peach portrayals. And I liked Princess Peach Showtime, but it wasn't... The gameplay isn't what I want it to be for a Mario game. I love the RPG. I mean, we played all of Mario Galaxy this year, so you know how much I enjoy that style of game. I just want to be Daisy when I'm doing that. I want to go to space as Daisy. I think they should let Daisy go to space. Thank you. This is the other Starflyers game, Alien Space Chase. This one I'm gonna bump down to C, because I don't like it as much as the other one. I'm basing it on its other one, its counterpart. Mario Party Jamboree, I love, actually. It's my favorite Mario Party in a long time. I didn't like the original when they released on the Switch all that much. And then the remake was fine of those levels. But this is the stuff I look forward to in a Mario Party game. So I'm gonna bump it to, I think it'll also go in A tier. I think it'll go in A tier. I played a lot of it today with my friend who came over. She's been watching a lot of Party Crashers who play it all the time and has never played a Mario Party before. And so I was like, oh, I got you. Let's play Mario Party together. We played 3 games and were devastated by the NPCs. It was very fun. Another Crab's Treasure. I think that this is reasonably an S tier game. I'm not one for Souls-likes. This is the first Souls-like I've literally ever played. But I did enjoy a lot of it, and it's on my list of things to potentially revisit in the future or try to finish on my own. I have not decided. So I think this one belongs in S tier. Beautiful game, wonderful plot. I mean, it's the same people who made Going Under, which I freaking love, so obviously it's gonna be high up there. Animal Jam goes in capitalism. Apparently the guy who runs it, who took it over, is big into NFTs and like screwed up a bunch of other games. I don't know the full drama, but I was updated on it and I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, no wonder the fun facts in the game weren't that good. Animal Jam is supposed to be a like learning kids game, but it is kind of a cash grab. I wish that more kids' educational sites were not such cash grabs and were able to stay open and have funding without needing to rely on money from their user base, which are children. But what can you do? This is how it is now, apparently. So, yeah. Animal Crossing. I didn't have this on my list for last year. I started playing it a bit more this year. I love Animal Crossing. It's really good. I want to get the DLC, but I don't have it yet, so I'm gonna put it in a solid A tier because it's not a game that I think about returning to very often, and if I do return to it, I kind of want to restart. So I don't know. It's a mixed bag for me because it is a life sim that I really enjoy, which is hard to find, apparently, having played multiple life sims this year. Juice Galaxy I really liked. It got style, it got spunk. There wasn't as much to do in it as I would have liked, and it was hard to find things to battle and explore in plots, just because of how chaotic the world is. But I did really enjoy the energy behind it. It was not a very good game to stream, because I kind of zoned out the whole time I played it. I'm gonna put it in B tier. So I think it was on par with my enjoyment of Princess Peach Showtime. Indigo Park I really liked. I think it felt like it was still a little unpolished. But I was enjoying it quite a lot, and I really like the ambiance and the sets, and the character design is all really delightful. So I'm gonna put that in a solid A. And I'm looking forward to Chapter 2. I started playing Baldur's Gate this year. Entirely off stream, and it is an S tier game. I agree. It took me a while to get there, but yeah. I too have enjoyed it greatly. Friend Sim. I like Friend Sim. I haven't played enough of Friend Sim to be a good judge. I think for what it is, it's a really delightful little game. I wish I had the patience to sit down and play more of it, because I know it's going to be a lot of reading, and it's not something I could just, like, you know, easily access on my phone. I wonder if I could download it on my phone. I should try. It's something like what I read most of Homestuck in browser on my phone, or I think it was an iPod Touch at the time even, which is even worse. So that's the kind of experience I want from something that's so similar and in the same world. But that's just me being picky. I like hearing the stories of the guys, all the little guys. So Friend Sim can get a B tier from me. I love Content Warning. It's so funny. It's such a good idea. It's such a good expansion on, like, Lethal Company. I have so many of those little videos saved. It's good. It's a good game. It's good with friends. I have not played it on stream at all. I did play a lot of it off stream this year, so that is good. It's a good game. Neopets Fairy Fragments is... well, I think the answer is capitalism, but I've never been tempted to spend money on an app before. Specifically like a Bejeweled style. It's just a Candy Crush. It's just a match 3 game. But it's executed so poorly. The problem, here's my Neopets rant. The problem with Neopets is that they basically got bought by a company that didn't want to do anything with them, essentially. So they were kind of in limbo for a while, not making any money. And then they were bought by one dude who is trying to revitalize the entire franchise using a lot of, like, shareholding techniques. So they have to constantly be putting playable games out there so that their shareholders are like, oh, awesome, you're doing work and it is making you profit, so that their shareholders don't drop out, which is really stressful. And I want Neopets to succeed very badly, but I really don't care about a lot of these games. So the only reason I was playing Fairy Fragments is so I could get free in-game items for Neopets.com. That being said, they're doing a lot to revitalize Neopets.com, which is the important part to me as a player. So if they have to put out a couple of, like, shitty apps to do that, by all means. Qualms with the app, it's really glitchy. They launched it and people couldn't even log in without disconnecting entirely from the internet because it was stuck in an update loop of some sort. The logins didn't work for a while, and then sometimes it'll just... This is the most annoying part, is you have a little guy, you have a Neopet that'll give you little power-ups if you clear a certain amount of things, and I have multiple problems with this. One... it sometimes just won't work. It'll stop working in the middle of your match, and so you'll be like right at the end of the match and you could really use their power up and they're fully charged and they will not be clickable. Like, it just won't let you do it. For no reason. It's just broken. Two, sometimes if you lose a match, it'll swap out your partner without asking and then swap it back as if it didn't happen. So you can't even like select a partner that is best for the match. It will sometimes take them away from you and make you play it with a worse partner for the game. And then third is, they're all species of Neopet that have a matching little Neopet token that goes with it. Like, the main character, the first one you get introduced to is a Shoryu, however that's pronounced, the little, one of the 3 dragon Neopets. Why are there 3 dragon Neopets, y'all? Come on. We don't need more dragons. 3, maybe even 4? Are there 4? Scorchos, Shoryus, Skeeth. I think there's a 4th one. But I can't remember what it is. You know what? Don't even worry about it. There don't need to be this many dragon Neopets. There's plenty. Anyways, there is, like, one of the gems is a little Shoryu face. But for some reason, you have to collect, whatever the red one is. They assigned her a different species to collect to power up, which doesn't make any sense to me. The second character you get is an Aisha, and you have to collect, again, not Aishas. You have to collect Eries or something. I don't remember which one's which. You have to collect the green for her and the red for the other one. They're all color-coded, whatever. I think that's a weird plot hole. Also, the art direction is very bizarre because clearly different people did different things, and the 3D models look gorgeous, but they don't use them. They use these really bad 2D models, only like 1 or 2 of which are actually animated. The other ones are just still images. And like, at this point, just use the 3D models, which already move. And you can customize the 3D models. You can dress up your Neopet partners. And then the character will show up and talk to you in their 2D drawn form that's not wearing the outfit you put them in. Why not just use the 3D models? Wouldn't that be way easier? The style would be so consistent, it would look so nice. Also, 0 out of 10, the noise that the fairy makes at the end of each, she like claps and goes, yay! Clap, clap, yay! Is the most annoying sound I've ever heard. I hate this app. I play it when I'm at the gym, and it makes the time fly by, and I want to win all the things. So I will keep playing it until I run out of Neopets items to get. But it's one of the worst match 3 games I've ever played. I'm sorry. It goes into super hell. It doesn't even go into capitalism. It's worse. F-Zero 99 is fun. And I feel like Nintendo has said that the 99 line of games are supposed to be temporary. And I think they already took away the Mario one, but they're so fun and I wish they wouldn't, because they are delightful. I would put this one in a solid B, because I haven't played too much of it, and I've never been particularly good at F-Zero, but I do enjoy playing it in small bursts. American Arcadia I really, really liked. I feel like it was shorter than I expected it to be. But I enjoyed the puzzles for the most part, and I really liked the plot and the writing. And I like the switch between the 2D and the 3D tasks between the 2 characters. Delightful. Wonderful execution. Very cool game. Also, as someone who started watching Defunct Land a lot this year, having like essentially a Tomorrowland situation, fake, real. I've lost all words that I'm trying to say. A video game based on this crazy concept that Disney had before his death that never got done. and was rejected after his death because it was a bad idea. Seeing it that fleshed out into a plot line, it's just really cool. I like it. I like the history behind it. I think it's weird, and I think it's neat. Psychroma, I think, is S tier. I really, really enjoyed this game. The horror was beautiful. The pixel art was just incredible. The gameplay was... I think I got lost a couple of times trying to find the next way out, but there were so few places to go that it was inevitable that I would find the next thing I need to find eventually. And I don't mind using walkthrough for things like this. And having replayability, which I probably won't revisit this game and replay all the endings, but knowing that I could, and that things are a little different every time, just absolutely delightful. I really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Oh, I just read a really good book. Oh, freak, what was it called? Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna freeze while I look this up because I read a really absolutely delightful book that had a lot of similar themes to Psychroma. Where is it? If you enjoyed Psychroma, read A Quiet Universe by K.F. Atkinson. I just finished A Quiet Universe. It's so good. It's horror. The main character is essentially an android, and she's trying to find her girlfriend, but during this process, her memories are being manipulated by two different forces, and both memory manipulation are serving two different purposes, so she's just slowly unraveling and losing her mind while in a very hostile combat situation on a spaceship, where everything has gone kind of insane. Very creepy, very stressful, delightful ending. I love angry trans lesbian robots so much. So if you liked Psychroma and want to see something with similar themes, read the book A Quiet Universe. Read A Quiet Universe. Thank you. There is a sequel. I think both books are up on itch. So go to itch.io if you want to find them. I got really lucky. I discovered the book completely at random while I was looking for a different book on my local library's audiobook app. And the fact that it has an audiobook, because I think it's a smaller published book, is really delightful. I really enjoyed listening to the audio version. And I hope that there's an audio version of the second one that I can enjoy as well. I have not checked yet. Okay, next. Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus? I hated this game. I think this one goes in Super Hell. I think the only thing that would save it from Super Hell is the acting performances. And I enjoyed the acting performances in this FMV game. But not enough that it makes up for how tedious it is to play it and how unforgiving it is. I was just so frustrated by the end of playing it once that I was like, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to play this again. Even if I can't get a good ending without playing it multiple times, I'm not fucking playing this ever again. So we still don't know who murdered Uncle Marcus, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm never playing this game again. I will say the main character, her acting performance was absolutely delightful, and I loved her. I enjoyed how Uncle Marcus got wetter, visibly wetter every time we saw him. I thought that was funny. And I hated all the other characters. And not that their acting was bad. There's a different... Okay. Because I can't compare almost every FMV game I play to Contradiction. Because Contradiction is like my favorite. This is exactly how I want modern FMV games to be. All of the characters were cartoonishly silly and evil, but like I was delighted by every single one of them. Like there was not a single character that I was like, oh, we have to talk to this character again. Or this character's like too annoying. They were all horrible people, but they were all just delightful to watch. Just be torn apart by the detective. So it's hard for me to look at another game where it's like, these performances were great, but all of this evil family trying to kill the uncle, like, none of them were delightfully evil. I want it to be delightfully evil. I wonder if it's because your protagonist character is related to all the asshole suspects. It makes Uncle Marcus less palatable. Yeah. I butchered trying to read that, but I think yes. I think part of it is just the, like, it's a shitty family. I don't feel anything for them. But, like, you know, all the characters in Contradiction were shitty too, and I loved them. And we'll get to the other FMV game I played, and that one's going to get bumped way higher up the list, even though it had the same shortcomings, because of the performances. I also deduct points because it wasn't as fanciful. I think I like FMV games that are either... Okay, again, Contradiction has no fantasy in it, so I don't know. The plot wasn't compelling. I don't care who killed Uncle Marcus. I don't care about any of this family. They can all rot. Other than the main character, who did a great job, and I really like her. The biggest thing was just not being able to jump in the timeline to try again. You had to play every session through from the start, and if you accidentally pressed a button, you would have to, like, that was it. You'd have to restart again if you wanted to fix the mistake, you know? And that's not fun. It's not fun. Which is deeply embarrassing that a game like Virtue's Last Reward, which I'm going to rank pretty low, spoiler, had a better timeline system than this new game that could have learned from all the mistakes of, you know, split timeline games from the past. It's not that hard to make a good game and learn from the mistakes of old games. Please let people pick where in the timeline they want to be. Thank you. Amber Isle I really liked. I think it's really cute. I waited for it for a long time and it didn't disappoint. I've realized about myself I like life sims, but I don't like farming sims. And Amber Isle has zero farming, and I love that about it. I just run a shop and then recruit dinosaurs to live on my island. So I'm gonna give it a solid B, because it's something I'm gonna play in my free time, but it wasn't like, it's not going to linger in my mind like some of these other games will. I will say that, I think. I have Indigo Park on here twice for some reason. Let's ignore that I have it on here twice. And move on to Nightmare Cart. I'll move this back down here. Get out of here. I really enjoyed Nightmare Cart. Again, I don't play a lot of Souls-likes. I thought it was what a delightful mashup of genre, that you can have Souls-like battles mixed in with normal races, mixed in with, like, racing mini games where you're trying to, like, collect things. I think it was really well executed. Has all the stuff I like about a Mario Kart style game, a racing game. And the elements are just so beautiful and so clearly lovingly based entirely on Dark Souls. Not Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the night one. No, Dark Souls is the Victorian one, whichever it is. I just think it was delightful. I think I'm gonna put this in A, and be honest. I think it belongs in A. Killer Frequency I really enjoyed, for the most part. Bloodborne, thank you, Violet. I'm empty of knowledge today. I don't have any. This is maybe a bad day to have a just chatting stream. I'm so tired because my friend came over last night and then we went to karaoke and we went to go see the new Moana and we completely crashed after that. And now my voice is shot from karaoke. Karaoke and 3 games of Mario Party really, really does it to your voice, you know. My own fault. I'm gonna rank Killer Frequency a little bit lower because this is another one where it's really easy to do something wrong. It's really easy to fuck up. and there's not an easy way to go back and fix the mistake. Although I think there were save states, so there is an easy way if you remember to do that, but I'm ditzy, so I don't remember to do save states. I'm gonna put it in C. I'm gonna put it solidly in C. I enjoyed playing it quite a lot. But I don't think it quite lines up with some of these others. I'll bump this down. Let me change my mind on some of these. Okay. Lego Fortnite. I played a little bit of this with my friend at the beginning of the year, off stream. And it was fun, but it wasn't any different from, I don't know how to describe this, but like, my lovely friend, whose name is Nick, he has a specific type of game that he plays with friends that is just like, unlock area, beat boss to get material that you need to unlock next area, get more material to unlock next area, upgrade your tools, upgrade your tools, upgrade your tools, upgrade your tools. That is not interesting to me. And unfortunately is a huge genre. So Lego Fortnite was not for me, and also goes into capitalism for sure, because I did totally spend money on an outfit and would like to potentially play Fortnite in the future because I like the idea of Battle Royale games, but not enough to stream them. It might be something that I play with friends, but I don't have any friends who play them, so... Again, I like the idea of Battle Royale games. I think it's fun. I own quite a few. I have PUBG because I watched a lot of Polygon's Awful Squad in 2020, and I thought it was really funny. But I haven't played any of these. I wish I was a Battle Royaler. I am not a Battle Royaler. Maybe one day I will be. Probably not on stream, though, again. I don't think I will stream Battle Royales. I'm definitely not one for... What's the other type of team game? I'm not an Overwatch enjoyer. I, like, can't stand watching Overwatch streams, and I don't think I would enjoy playing Overwatch. It's just one of those things where I'm like, this isn't for me. Those are more Capture the Flag themed, though, I believe. That goes for, like, Team Fortress 2 as well, and, is Valorant like that? I honestly have no clue. I'm not one for MOBAs. Is that what they're called? Yeah, anyways. I'm not an esports enjoyer, for the most part, but I do like Battle Royales as a concept. Lighthouse Keeper! There just wasn't much to the game. I'm gonna give it a D. I think visually it was very pleasing, but it was a lot of repeated graphics. There wasn't really any gameplay. It was just sort of a aesthetic story, which is fine. It was a short game. It's allowed to be that. I just didn't really enjoy it that much. I got it out of a horror bundle, and it wasn't scary. So it loses points for not being an actual horror game. Infinity Nikki! You know what, I think I'm gonna be brave and not put it in capitalism, just so I can give it an honest review. I like it. I like the game. I think it's fun. I think as I play it more, it's going to become harder and harder to achieve hurdles to progress in the game without the temptation of spending money. But as someone who's just starting it and is probably not going to play it indefinitely, I don't think that's going to be a problem for me specifically. I mentioned this last Infinity Nikki stream, but like if I was playing something like Zenless Zone Zero, the reason I don't play these games is because I know that I will lose money on them, and I know that I would get addicted to them. Which is why I try to avoid this genre of game entirely. But I think Infinity Nikki it perfectly meets in my brain where I play Love Nikki on my phone and don't spend money on that anymore. So I don't have the temptation that I would playing Zenless Zone Zero to get the cute fucking rat girl. And I think only ZZZ has character designs that I would be susceptible to, because I don't really like, I don't love the character designs in their other two games. They have the space one, Honkai Star Rail, and the original one, which is not in space. I don't know. The designs don't appeal to me. They're just a little bit too busy. I like a simpler game. I think Infinity Nikki is kind of the perfect in-between because I get to dress up Nikki however I want. I don't have to wear all the stupid outfits that I don't like. Milk Inside a Bag of Milk I liked quite a lot. I'm gonna put it into C. It was also a short experience, but I think it was executed a lot better. I enjoyed the dialogue a lot. And the spooks were an enjoyable level of, like, I don't know. They were just the right amount of creepy flavor. I enjoyed that. Webkinz Next is going to go into capitalism. I believe it's still in beta. A lot of their revenue is based around trying to get kids to breed their pets. And again, one, you can't remove pets from your account. So if you get the money to do all these like pet breedings, you just have an infinite amount of pets, and some of them come out identical. And it is like, I don't need 3 frogs that look like this, and I can't get rid of or say no to any of them. And there's no trading system. This is what it's missing, a trading system. All other animal breeding games where you're trying to get rare genes have tradability built into it, so that you don't get stuck with a bunch of creatures that you don't want. And you can instead trade those creatures away with duplicate genes to other people so they can breed the pet as well. So having that be their main source of income for the new Webkinz, and then having that paywall there where like most people can't access it, and then on top of that not being able to trade or interact in any way with other pets is frustrating. Also, there is so little to do in the game that I really hope that it gets better, because right now there is... I hate that they reskinned the same events so that you get through the Winter Snowman event and then, oh, it's summer, so you have to do the Summer Flower event, but it's the same mechanics and it's boring and I hate the game. Anyways, hi, bug. I'm complaining about Webkinz. I still love Webkinz with all my heart, and I wish that the parts of Webkinz that I really loved as a kid were still relevant. So a lot of the things I had the most fun playing are no longer there, like Maze and Hamsters no longer exist in any capacity, which is so sad. But oh well. Let's put Virtues last before Zero Time. Okay, so as we can see from my last tier list, I put 9 Hours 9 Persons in C. Virtue's Last Reward is going to go into D. Because I love it and I'm obsessed with it, and I just love it so much. It drives me nuts. But it's a bad video game. It's a bad video game. You know what? It's better. I enjoyed it. It deserves to be higher than Lighthouse Keeper. I'll put it in C. Zero Time Dilemma, however, is freaking wonderful. What a delight. A perfectly executed game. It goes into A tier for me. Like, most of the things tied up. Beautiful graphics, because it's the first time they weren't porting it to a DS system. Just like, the puzzles weren't fantastic, but they didn't have like leaps of logic that didn't make any sense like VLR did. And yeah, I don't know why there are 2 Indigo Parks. I honestly have no clue, Bugflower. I must have zoned out when I was doing this. But yes, we all know I'm really obsessed with the Zero Escape franchise. I love it with my whole ass heart. Virtue's Last Reward is a bad game. It needed to be shorter. It needed to be shorter. It could have easily been shorter. It was not shorter. There are like some easy things they could have done that would have made it shorter, like, you know, skipping walking through the entire facility whenever you had to go somewhere. Interesting. But They're better than Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus, because you could actually choose exactly where in the timeline you wanted to go and try again. And that's every single game that has branching timelines and different endings needs that ability. Unless it's a time loop game and you have to redo the loop every time, in which case Deathloop was very well executed. And I wouldn't want to play it like it was a branching timeline game because it is supposed to be a loop. Phasmophobia I played a little bit this year. We never figured out who tried to kill Uncle Marcus. The man just died. Yeah, you're right. And I never will play it again to find out because it made me so mad. Hate that game. Okay, Phantasmophobia, Phasmophobia, not Phantasmagoria. We will play the sequel of that eventually. I liked Phasmophobia. I enjoy Phasmophobia greatly. They have added a lot since last time I downloaded it, and I want to play more of it, but it's hard getting the few friends together who do play this game, it's hard to gather them. So I just don't get to enjoy it very often, but I really love this game. I wish that I played it more, but I don't. It's gonna go into... Put it in C tier. I'll put it in C tier. Man, I almost feel bad having this in C tier. I think this is all... No, this all makes sense. I shouldn't second guess myself. Pokemon Sleep is fine. It works how I want it to be working. Its shortcoming is that there aren't enough Pokemon yet. I'm putting it in D tier. They launched it with a very small set of Pokemon. And for one, I can't get Miltank yet. And that's a sin. That's a sin to me. What is Pokemon Sleep? Pokemon Sleep is an app on your phone that you leave it on at night, and it will like record your rustling around and tell you how you slept that night. It mostly I use it to track how many hours I've slept and when I'm going to sleep. You get extra points if you go to bed on time, and you get extra points if you sleep a proper 8 hours. And then you also are supposed to feed Snorlax 3 times a day. I only do it when I wake up and go to sleep. I'm not going to do it during lunch because I eat at weird times, so it doesn't make sense. I know, well, that's the point. I've been using it to make sure I wake up at a reasonable hour because I will just sleep in and then push my sleep schedule back farther and farther, and I don't want to fall into that feedback loop. So Pokemon Sleep helps me with that, which I find really helpful. As long as it's still effective, I'm going to keep playing it. When I was a kid, I used to play Pokemon Ranch on the Wii, and my treat in the morning for getting up and getting downstairs before school at a reasonable hour was I would get to see what Pokemon I got on Pokemon Ranch. And this is essentially that. However, again, the pool of Pokemon is really, really small. So I've seen probably almost every Pokemon at this point. The trick is getting all of their sleep cycles, or their sleep states, which are sometimes unique to how you slept, and how many points you have, and what area you're in, and it's... There aren't enough Pokemon. There aren't enough Pokemon yet to make it worthwhile. I'd think about putting it in capitalism, but I don't know. It's just, as soon as I get to the point where it's not exciting to wake up and see what Pokemon I got, then what's the point? And right now, it's not exciting to see what Pokemon I got because I have all of them. I have all the Pokemon, every single one. And they roll out like 2 Pokemon every couple of months, essentially, which is not enough. Wait, what? Capitalism tiers? That's not how the alphabet goes. Yeah, it goes S, A, B, C, D, capitalism, super hell. That's the alphabet. Capitalism tier is for a game that is too exploitative for me to be able to comfortably rank. Now you will see the things that have escaped that have in-app purchases are Infinity Nikki, which I think can be played without spending any money, and has a lot of enjoyment value for free. Pokemon Sleep, which I have not been tempted to buy anything because there are no new Pokemon for me to use. I haven't even had to expand my storage really at all. I've not been tempted even in the slightest. And Fairy Fragments, which is a game that's just so bad that it doesn't even belong in capitalism. That is, yes. Now you are caught up. Pokemon Mystery Super Rescue Team DX. I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It is one of my favorite games franchises ever in the world. Ever, ever, ever. They were made by Chunsoft, who went on to become Spike Chunsoft and make the Zero Escape franchise. Can you believe to learn that I really like Chunsoft products? I've been, by a young age, brain controlled into loving every Chunsoft product I've ever encountered. I have multiple Chunsoft things on my playlist, in fact. This remake was, I don't know if Chunsoft had a hand in it, but it's a really good remake. It came out in 2020, right around when the pandemic was getting pretty bad, and maybe like a month and a half before Animal Crossing came out. So I was playing the fuck out of this game for a little bit. And then Animal Crossing came out and I never finished it. But recently I've been coming back to it because Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has similar controls through all of the games, so it's really easy to hop back into, and I already know the plot. So it's not one of those games where it's like, I replayed some Pokemon Legends Arceus recently and I was like, I don't know what any of these fucking buttons do. I won't know unless I restart the entire game, and that's really frustrating. Like, I can't come back and try to beat the rest of this game because it is impossible for me to know how to do anything in it. And Pokemon games have been really bad about that recently. I complained to my friend the other day, which is why I'm all charged up about this, that like, Pokemon games like Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, too many fucking buttons. Like, you have a menu button that only opens some of your menus. All your other menus are through like several different buttons that you also have to memorize which is which, and not of all, like, your game UI doesn't tell you what to press to get to some of them. So I just have to guess and hope I don't press a button that takes forever to load, which I always do. Like, opening the clothing menu in Scarlet Violet, like, freezes the game for a little bit. And I'm just trying to get to the fucking Pokedex. I don't want to dress up my character. I need to know what button the Pokedex is, but I don't. And they've just not matched any other Pokemon games in the past. It's like, it's overcomplicating for no reason in a way that's so frustrating. And I know I'm going to like the new Legends game when it comes out, but I'm upset that I can't enjoy Arceus without restarting it, because I really liked the run I was doing, and I had one more battle to beat before I won the game. And it's... ugh. Yeah, older games are more liked by the fan base, and reasonably so. I liked the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes. Those are fine. I just wish they were remakes of Platinum and not the other two. It's such hit or miss with the new games, because I really liked Scarlet Violet, but again, the interface was so bad and the world was so awful looking. It was just frustrating. Frustrating overall. But I like all the new Pokemon, and I liked all the character designs, and so it's like... And the story was good. It had a great story. I didn't care about the story in Sword and Shield. I don't even know what the story was. I didn't care about the story in X and Y. Don't know what the story even was. But I really liked Scarlet and Violet. So it's like every single one is such a mixed bag. You never really know what you're gonna get. But this remake was beautifully done, I think. Everything was converted into 3D from its original pixel form, which is sad to see the pixels go because they were incredibly charming. But they did a really good job making the style feel nostalgic and beautiful without falling into the traps the other 3D Pokemon Dungeons did, which were, like, I think Gates to Infinity was, like, not a very pretty game. It was, like, not very well shaded or stylized. And I don't remember what games came after that one. I think there was another. There had to have been another one after Infinity that was just not well received. But if you, hey Bugflower, if you ever play a Pokemon game, play the Mystery Dungeon games. I think that's going to be that's going to be worthwhile. They're absolutely worthwhile. And on top of that, if you play Explorers of Sky, I think you will be greatly enjoying the experience. Main franchise Nintendo games are never truly about story. Yeah. I think Pokemon has more story in it than a lot of other things. Zelda will have quite a bit of story in it, but Mario is just about platforming and the physical, like, sensation of playing the game. They feel good to play, they don't really have plots, if that makes sense. You've at least seen a little bit of Pokemon and you're not sure if it's your kind of game. That's fair, that's fair. The Mystery Dungeon games you play as a Pokemon, and you're going on an adventure, and it's very beautiful, and it's all about, like, found family and connecting to a different side of yourself. So I find it a very lovely, pleasing narrative. I might play some on stream because, not the remake because, first of all, let me put this in S tier real quick. I grew up with this game. The original version of the game is on their Nintendo Premium emulator, so you can go and play this on Switch if you want to. Or you can, like, you know, emulate it for free on the internet, which is honestly probably better. Yes, the narrative is lovely. You're not playing a human catching Pokemon and battling them. You are not... Pokemon Ranger is also quite fun, but that one's hard to replicate unless you literally have the game and a DS because of the capture method. The capture method is using your stylus and drawing circles around the Pokemon and trying not to get your line broken. Mario's just the Yahoo man. Yahoo Whippy. Mm-hmm. But yes, the story, they're the only Pokemon games that the story is like, wah, you know? Exactly that noise. Pools. We played through all of Pools in one sitting. I liked it quite a lot. It was pretty, and it was spooky, and there was nothing chasing me, which I liked. So I'm gonna put it in C. As far as my, how did I rank my other ones? Animalopolis is S tier, which I still agree with, even though it was buggy. I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be a hard act to follow, even if the other liminal space games I play are very good. That must have been the only one I played. And then this year we played Pools, and next year we're playing Subliminal. Not Subliminal. Superliminal? I can't remember. I wrote it down. We'll see it. We'll see it in a second. You're good at circles? You might like Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger, you don't capture the Pokemon. You kind of like calm them down, and then the Pokemon will do you a favor in return. So the Pokemon will follow you around until you can borrow their ability to do something else. So your job as a ranger is to make sure, like, essentially there aren't rabid bears destroying things in the forest. Your job is to, like, find and help people in peril or Pokemon in peril and neutralize the situation. Neutralize is not the right word. Whatever. Shastai, as you can see, it got entirely cut off. It was fine. It was fine. The narrative was interesting. It was not a really fun game to stream because it was just me reading. I'm gonna put it in D tier, next to Lighthouse Keeper. Shipwreck 64 I really, really liked, but I had a really, really hard time playing. Maybe I'm gonna put it in B. Because it's an ARG, it's too challenging to stream, I think, for me specifically. But I really liked it, and it was the exact type of spooky that I really enjoy, and I hope to play more games like it that are more within my skill set. I think a lot of horror games are going to be outside my skill set, unfortunately, but you know what I mean. You still want to watch my Super Lesbian Animal RPG VODs now? I think I played it for 3 episodes before I was like, man, I need to stop playing it. It's hard for me to do turn-based RPGs on stream, just because I get too focused on it or unfocused on it and then make a lot of mistakes. You saw the ending and got nothing? What? Oh, wait. By the way, you couldn't help spoiling yourself about Shipwreck 64. Funnily enough, we stopped literally at the last actually challenging part, like 15 minutes before the end of the game. I still have it downloaded, so we can revisit it certainly sometime. It was just so punishing right at the end. And I know that you only get sent back to jail and you can keep trying again and again and again. It's not timed or anything, so I could just keep plugging away at it. But it was really getting to me by the end. Plus the area before it had the really scary, the scary bunny. I don't know. I'm not saying it's off the table, but I need a break. I'm gonna continue with my break for now. I'm just like, I finished the actual really hard part. I feel like this part should be easy, but it's so scary. Okay. The ending hints some intense things, so more trigger warnings on screen. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we watched multiple, like, pretty explicitly visualized kind of gory murders in the rest of the game. I didn't mean to make my VTuber wink when that happened. I moved my head and she auto-blinked. Murders! Yay! Murders! And now she won't even- oh, it's because I have the light on one side of my face and not the other. Well, that's fine. Yes, I think maybe next Halloween I will keep it downloaded and we will see. Super Mario Party! I played a little bit of this on stream. I didn't rank it last year. You see I put Jamboree in A. I'm honestly going to put this Mario Party in C. It was fun, I just didn't... honestly, I'm putting it in D. Screw Super Mario Party. It was like... it was so bland compared to other Mario Parties, and I know that, like, the DS Mario Parties flopped really hard because they were very bad. And so I know they were trying to return to some semblance of normalcy as a baseline before, like, trying to push new game modes and new features. But it was just... I found it really boring. I found it boring, I'll be honest. It's still fun to play with friends, but if I could refund it and just have Jamboree, I totally would in a heartbeat. I have no intention of ever playing Super Mario Party again. Mario Party DS flopping is insulting because it generally is so damn good. The point of it was being enjoyable in single player. I don't know if we played the same. There are multiple Mario Parties on DS that came out. One of them was really good. The other one was... I returned it. I returned it after playing it for like one sitting. It was so bad. I can't remember which one's which. Give me a second. Tier list of every Mario Party after this? I'm gonna refresh the playlist because I think it played this horse song multiple times, and I think maybe I should take the horse song off. I forgot that I can't on this account. Okay. No more horse song. How many Mario Party DS games were there? Was it 3DS that I'm thinking of? Okay, Mario Party for DS was fantastic. I really loved it. Again, I mean, as you're saying, the point was being enjoyable as single player. Yes, I played all of my Mario Party single player. No one would play Mario Party with me when I was a kid, so I played every Mario Party as a single player game. So having this DS game was awesome, and it was with like a bunch of DS games that I lost, unfortunately. However, The one for 3DS. Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking up a list of all Mario Party games at this point. Okay. I think it's Mario Party Star Rush or Mario Party Island Tour. I want to say that I had and tried both of them and disliked both, but I think one of them I didn't get. Which one did I not get? Let's find out. Is it Star Rush? Star Rush might have just been mini games. Oh, revealed by a throwaway line in a press release at the end of E3 2016's first day. I'm trying to figure out whether this is actually... I'm not on a Mario website. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Overview. This is a review. No, I want overview. Okay, this is unhelpful. And then they had the series of Wii ones that you were in a car. Those were all bad. I'm gonna be so honest, they were all pretty bad. Someone on Reddit thinks it's the most underrated Mario Party game. I don't know if I trust that. Okay. Star Rush's board gameplay is the focus of the... Board gameplay is the main focus of the game. Okay, so it was a normal one. I'm like trying to figure out what its gimmick was. Maybe I never got Star Rush. You'll be real, the only Mario Party from ones you've watched, you'd say it's terrible, is the one which every player's constantly in the same car. Yeah, the car ones were bad. And they did, I think, 2 of the car ones. It'd be cool to have one entry on the series that kind of twisted the formula on its head. Luigi Party, that would be fun. I love a Luigi Party. Yeah, the car mechanic was bad. I think the one that I'm thinking of that was abysmal was Mario Party Island Tour, which, let's see, one was 2016, one was 2014. I can't remember which one I hated. One of them I got and returned. I don't know which one it is. Couldn't be asked to figure it out. Honestly, they both look like normal Mario Party games that were just not fun to play. But Mario Party DS I remember loving. Yes, I also wish them a traffic jam. How many it was Mario Party 9 for Wii. Oh yes, Mario Party the Top 100 was the minigame one, that was for DS. Mario Party 8, it was my childhood. And I have not liked another one as much as that until Mario Party Jamboree. And Mario Party DS being the next one. And then I played some of the early ones when I was a kid with some cousins once, and that's why I got into Mario Party in the first place. Don't know which one of them, though. I don't remember that vividly. Yes, those are my takes on... I didn't like Super Mario Party. I haven't liked any of the Mario Parties as much as I've liked Jamboree and Mario Party 8 and Mario Party DS. Now that we've clarified all of that, I love Super Mario Galaxy an S-tier game for me. It's one of my comfort games, so automatically gets up there. I love the movement. I wish that it was a little less glitchy on Switch, because that's how I am going to be playing it from now on. Because I don't want to put batteries in my Wiimotes. The Wii is dead. I'm glad you liked it on streams. If and when they port Galaxy 2 to Switch, I will be playing that as well. I'm not going to pull out my Wii U for this. I will not be playing a Wii game. I was trying to figure out whether I should add Neopets in general, or if I should add specifically the Void Within plot. I think I'm adding the Void Within plot so that I can continue to review Neopets things in the future as I play them, as an ongoing series. So the Void Within is a plot that started this year. It had teasers up starting last year. They were teasing doing a really big celebration for this year, and I think they came through pretty well. with all sorts of different events. The Neopets team goes to cons all the time. They had the IRL birthday bashes where they sent like free items for people to win and codes, etc., that I luckily got to go to. They had an online version of some of these birthday bashes, so people still got a chance to get the codes. If anybody needs to be loaned the item that gives you an avatar, I am happy to do it. Just DM me. Please don't steal my 25th anniversary medal if I do this. Thank you. I think it's been really fun. This is the first Neopets plot I've ever done in my entire life. They used to do them all the time. They haven't done them in a while because of how neglected Neopets has been for such a long time. I think they are making a lot of smart moves as a company. They made a lot of stupid ones as they were getting back on their feet, but I think things are going a little better. It has been constantly glitchy and broken as they've done this plot, and part of that is just how the website is and what state it's in, and part of that's just like rushing the plot a little bit too much. So I think they're trying to speed up the plot itself, but then also because the pacing was all kind of messed up. Neoglect, that's it. Yeah, they had this stupid pipe puzzle that went live for one day. Nobody got the avatar because it wasn't, they didn't either read the instructions first, or they thought it was supposed to be playable the next day, and the next day, and the next day, so it didn't matter if you didn't get it perfect the first time. They took it down the next day and then didn't put it back up for like multiple months, and they changed a lot about the game. So it used to be 3 waves of puzzles from easy to hard, and if you got all 3 of them perfect without running out of time, then you got the Voidworks avatar and achievement or whatever. It was too broken. I tried to play it on mobile. I play all of the games on mobile. Some Neopets games just aren't correctly optimized for their mobile layout, even though they have put a lot of work into trying to optimize their site for mobile. And I play all of Neopets on my phone. It was not optimized, so I could not see the full screen all at once to assess the puzzle to complete it. It was just a simple pipe puzzle, but it didn't work for a while. They finally brought it back, but you still couldn't get the achievement even if you got it perfect. And then it took another 2 months of being allowed to do that to get the achievement, when they got the achievement live again. Yes, it is a completionist nightmare, and there are so many achievements for each chapter that there's no way to know how to complete them, because they haven't even come up yet, and we're in the middle of... I feel like they've had to re-chop the chapters up a few times. They went on hiatus. This is how bad it was. Hot clown music? Which one is this? Is this Take Me to Clown Church? This is Clownfucker. Even better. Even better, my favorite boy. If I ever cosplay a Homestuck again, I'm gonna cosplay as a Marvis. We know this is true. Tits out and all. So Void Within has been pretty bad, but the fact that they're trying is, yeah. The fact that they're trying is incredible. The fact that we're getting to have a plot, even if it's this much of a mess, I don't think we expected anything better. just having it happening, just being able to be part of it in this wave of nostalgia. They're trying to recruit more people to come back to play this game, and I think that they're doing everything they can to make that a reality with the resources that they have. And I think that's beautiful. So I'm gonna put Void Within in D. So it doesn't belong in capitalism and it doesn't belong in super hell. And I willingly give Neopets money pretty consistently because I want them to succeed. And I enjoy playing it, and I want things to improve so that it can continue being a better and better site. They're trying for a revival, and I think that they're succeeding, and I really hope that it keeps working. I think it's been really smart for them to, because a lot of nostalgia, everybody's adults now, but the original site was made for adults. It was made for college students who miss their pets. So rebranding to be that like it originally was, this was never really a safe space for kids. I think they've like hit their stride because finally what they're putting out there in the age group that's consuming it matches. And there are a lot of things I hope that they bring back in the future, and Key Quest is up there. When they bring back Key Quest, it's over. It's over for me. Uno. I like Uno. I like virtual Uno. It's pretty good. Put it into C. Classic Uno. Normal game. We Are OFK. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the aesthetics. I didn't really care about the gameplay. I thought it was going to be a rhythm game, and I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't. So it's going to rank lower on my list than, say, Goodbye Volcano High, which is top tier story, and really fun rhythm game mechanics mixed with a visual novel. This one was visual novel mixed with some interactive segments that had music. It wasn't quite what I wanted, and I will continue to play musical games on stream. I have potentially on my list Stray Gods, which has been on my list for a while, and also what's that funky rhythm game? I'll talk about it later, but yes, I love music games. I love music as a storytelling device. I think game music being bridged into this actual performance space is really neat, and I like the narrative being told was delightful. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think it belongs in B tier. Wizard 101, that goes into capitalism. That one I'm not going to pretend is a beautiful masterpiece. I don't know why there's an Indigo Park here. I wish I could delete him, ignore him. There's not supposed to be two of him. Game of the year is gonna be a hard choice. The only games I have in S tier that are new games, if we're going to follow that quota, is Another Crab's Treasure and Psychroma and Content Warning. I think I'm gonna have to say Psychroma is my game of the year. It was shorter than a lot of the games we played, so it wasn't the defining game we played this year. But it was one that I enjoyed a lot. I really, really liked it. I loved the story. The art was gorgeous. It was exactly as horrifying as I wanted it to be. And the pixel art gore was just like over the top, like chef's kiss, so good. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this list. I think this is the one. Is there a way to save? Save. Oh, I'm not logged in. Well, I'll download it right now. Thanks. No thanks. I'll log into it later. Yeah. This is it. Love the topics it touched. Wish it had a happier ending. Yeah, it had about as happy ending as I expected a horror game to end up with. I think it was very delightful. Again, hey, if you liked it and you liked the themes and are interested in another kind of like spooky, sad horror game, read A Quiet Universe by A.K. Atkinson? K. Atkinson. K.F. Atkinson? K.F. Atkinson, I'm going to say confidently. I was looking up because Godot recommended me a lit RPG series I've been reading that is YA and not very good, but a delightful book series to pass the time at least. It's got, that kind of like written by a guy, a YA book written by a guy sexism that is like, that clearly the author doesn't realize is there, but is very present to me. That I've been like, ugh. But when I was looking up that author's name, which is a pseudonym that is AFKAY, because it's a lit RPG, so it's gotta be video game themed. I found K.F. Atkinson instead, who wrote this really delightful queer book, which is like the actual opposite of the stupid other series I was reading and was so fucking refreshing. So please don't tell Gigi that I don't like these books very much, because I've read quite a few of them, but I don't think I'm going to be reading any more of them. Because it just gets more and more annoying as you go on when it continues to be like that. I do think I'm going to read more of the Cradle books. Those were much less weirdly problematic. I liked those a lot. I think those will continue to be fun, which means I need to stop spending my few and far Audible credits on this one RPG, lit RPG, and start spending them on the other lit RPG. If I want these kind of like good throwaway books to listen to at work. Oh, Scribe Gasters is so good. Ugh, grr, bark. There are 3 of them out now? Is that correct? 2 of them? 2 of them. 3 of them? I have like 1 chapter left in the book I left off on, and I'm too scared to finish it because it was going so well, and it's gonna go bad, and then it's gonna be a cliffhanger. The name of this song, it is... it's Pandora Palace from Deltarune Chapter 2. So it's not from Homestuck. But it is Andrew. It is Mr. Hussey. We get some SLA RPG OST in here. Yeah. Okay, I have one more thing now that we've finished this beautiful list. And this is shout out to Bugflower, who sent me your really lovely, absolutely delightful game organization chart that I completely copied. I changed a couple of things to suit my streaming purposes. Yep, that explains the Terezi instrument. Terezi. How do people pronounce? I always have said Terezi, but I've heard people say Terezi. Terizler. I never know with it. Homestuck names, Pokemon names, I'll always be wrong. That's part of it. That's part of it, baby. All right, here's my, let me recrop. Games spreadsheet. Shriek. We don't really need to see all of that, do we? I can just get rid of it. Okay. This is currently my my to play list. I know it's a little hard to see, the font's a bit tiny. I have it organized by ongoing series, high priority, things that I really want to be playing soon, low priority, things that have been on my radar but aren't on the top of it, not out yet, things that have been on my release radar, could revisit games that I either played in the past, still have downloaded, and potentially want to revisit, either whether I played them on or off stream. Pony Island is on the list. Games recommended by chat, and then games I want to collab on, and then they are double sorted. If they are highlighted aggressively, that means there's a reason why I can't play it right now. So an ongoing series, it is highlighted like that if the next part or the next game has not been released yet. So Button City Soccer Days has not been released yet. There's no release date. We played the first one. We will be playing Soccer Days. I don't know when it's coming out. Indigo Park, we're waiting for the next chapter release. Hive Swap, we're waiting for the next chapter release. And Animoopolis, we're waiting for the next chapter release. Don't know if any of these have had chapter releases or release dates. Last time I checked, none of them have release dates. But I also have on here Nancy Drew because we're going to continue playing. They're such good, like, to-stream games to fill gaps that I will be playing more Nancy Drews. I really like them. We will probably be playing the next Myst game in our saga this year. I don't know when, but we will be doing it. Darkside Detective I never revisited. I know that there are more games in the Darkside Detective franchise. I think we might have been waiting on some, but I think there was some we could play. I will have to double check and make sure it is marked correctly on this. Oxenfree 2 is out and we can play it at any time. Phantasmagoria 2 has been out for multiple decades, and I could play that at any time as well. High priority list, Dishonored and Outer Wilds I want to play this year. Pony Island is up there because I want to play Pony Island 2 when it comes out, which I believe it'll come out this year. By this year, I mean 2025. Little warning, as you were the one recommending Cyclonials, there's a few political themes as part of the core of the story, so heads up, as well as like 2020 themes. Hell yeah. We love that. I think that'll be fine. Considering the year we're heading into, I think that'll be great, actually. Yes, 2025 on my birthday this year is canonically in Homestuck when Jay and Dope sign in to the office to become the first dual presidents and first Juggalo presidents of the United States. So that's... I like how that lines up. And it was the downfall of the end of time, which I don't like as much as a predictive. Hopefully that's not the case. Yay! I love having my birthday on Inauguration Day. You've heard, apparently all of Daniel Mullins' game follow a similar plotline, so you'd think to play Pony Island 2 with full context should be like Pony Island, then Hex, then Inscription. Oh no, so I need to play 2 more games? Because we already did Inscription last year, so that's good. We checked that off. I hope Hussy didn't predict the end of the world. Hussy? You would tell us if you were clairvoyant, right? High priority? Okay, yes. These 3 are the highest priority. Cyclonials I just really want to play, and it's probably going to be around Homestuck this year. Steins Gate, I'm going to wait to play until 2026. It is high priority because it's something I really do want to play. But I'm giving us a break from anime, death game, visual novels for a full year because all of this year ended up being zero escape time. So we're taking a break before Steins Gate. I've been told repeatedly to play Steins Gate because it is very similar. And it is Spike Chunsoft, so. What Remains of Edith Finch I think is a shorter game that I've been recommended multiple times, and I do own. So I put it on there to keep reminding myself that I can play it, it's there. Then the other things on this list are things that I really want to play but I don't have yet. So Kentucky Route Zero, Tender Love and Care is one that I'm going to stream over Discord when I finally have a Discord, so that I can edit the footage before putting it on YouTube and potentially getting demonetized. Just because it is an FMV game with more adult themes, and I don't want to accidentally like see a boob in the game and then get demonetized. Same goes for Immortality, which is on my lower priority list. Immortality is another FMV game that might have a boob in it, who can be sure. So I will be playing it on Discord and editing the footage if I need to. So I don't get... Well, I don't have demonetization on YouTube, but I don't want to get in trouble for having a boob. I don't think YouTube lets boob. Period. Advertisers really be scared of the powers of boob. I know, it's ridiculous. Let me have, like, one boob. I know that Sam Barlow games are notorious for having more mature themes and being harder to stream because of it. So I just want to be safe, because the one that comes before Immortality, I think I will never play on stream and have no interest in playing because it was kind of boring, but also had a lot of stuff that could get you demonetized in it. And the one before that didn't have boob and was delightful to watch somebody play. I watched Jenna play. That one is really good. I can't remember what it was called, but anyways, Sam Barlow. I have a couple of Sam Barlow games. Project C is also a Sam Barlow game. That one's premiering as part of that like Blumhouse horror game initiative. I'm missing one on here that's not out yet, because there's that one that Jordan Peele is working on with Miyazaki that I am going to have to play on stream. I can't remember what it's called. I think it was like IA or something. It is out. I'm not playing it until it's done cooking. Because I started playing it when the early release came out and I was really disappointed that I couldn't continue the plot. And I'm not gonna play it until the plot's done. So I got it. It's not on my computer anymore. I'm not playing Slime Rancher until it's done. But I will stream it when it is. The first game's so good. I've played through it 1.5 times. I started playing it on stream once too for my birthday. Kentucky Route Zero is high up on there. Tender Loving Care again. Subliminal, I think we will be playing this year in February probably, because I always play Liminal Horror in the winter. So this is our, because Animalopolis Chapter 2 isn't done, and we played Pools already this year, we have Subliminal next. Yay! And then Deep Sleep, I think I'm going to start playing very soon. I think I'm going to start the Deep Sleep series when I'm playing Dishonored. We're going to play them parallel, because I believe these games are like shorter 2 to 3 stream games that get longer and longer as you play through the series. And then the Don't Escape games I will also, maybe I'll add like this. My plan was to do the Deep Sleep games, but I know the most recent Don't Escape game ties into Deep Sleep, and there's a new Deep Sleep game coming out in 2025, which is why I want to play all the Deep Sleep games. I think they're short enough that I can blast through all of them pretty quickly, so I'm going to try to do that this year. But I don't own them yet. Actually, I was about to buy them because they're really cheap on Steam right now. I was looking through making this, going through Steam, and I was like, oh, Dokapon Kingdom is $14 and it's usually like $45. I'm buying Dokapon Kingdom. And then I was scrolling through the rest of my wishlist like, so all of the Deep Sleep games are $2 each? Don't mind if I do. Getting a bargain. Okay, lower priority. AI The Somnian Files. When I started streaming, everybody was playing these. These are also Spike Chunsoft games. I will be playing them eventually. You bought it one day before it went at a discount? That is such the way. That is such the way of Steam. Happens every time. I want to play Somnium Files. It's not going to be for a few years because I'm going to play Steins Gate first, and then I'm going to take another year off from anime visual novels before doing it again. My fear, and I've watched this happen to other people, which is why I'm trying to avoid it so much, is I can't play one big franchise all the way start to finish and make that my entire stream personality, because then when I start playing other games that aren't at all related or even like remotely like those games, I'm going to lose my entire follower base. So like early on when I started streaming, I played 2 of the Myst games back to back, and I played the third one a little later, and I had like consistently 5, 6, 7 people that would come to all of my Myst games, and then they all stopped showing up just because they were fans of Myst only and enjoyed my streams of Myst because it was Myst. I was like, you enjoy my streams and you like this specific game I pick, but that doesn't mean you're going to watch the other games, which totally makes sense. I definitely am more likely to watch a stream if I know that I'm going to enjoy watching the people play the game. But I don't want to get trapped in that, essentially. I want to be playing games. I want to be consistently playing different games, so my follower base is here for the stream regardless of what the game is, instead of being like, oh, you don't play anime visual novels anymore. Well, I quit. I'm not going to come to your streams anymore. Yeah. Right around when I started streaming, there were a couple other people playing Myst that had just started streaming and are now completely boxed into playing these games. And I'm like, man, you're relying on a fan base, and then when you stop playing those games, you're gonna be screwed. It's very stressful. I love so many types of games, and I want to play all of them. And I don't want people to be following me for any specific type, because I know it's not realistic to expect me to play that type of game forever. Anime visual novels, or shooters, or, you know, multiplayer streams, or, you know. Yeah, it's a better thing to do, honestly, since it's effective while the series lasts, but super not effective in the long run. Yeah, it's short-term viewer retention, which, again, I am doing this for fun, but it's still something that I think about and worry about. And part of it is like, wow, I get to talk to these cool people. Where did they go? Wow, they had interesting and fun things to say about video games. and now they don't care about this one, and now I never get to talk to them again. That's part of it too. It's just like me getting comfortable with a certain demographic of chat that then disappears, and then I'm like, where'd they go? I have to make new friends again? What the fuck? I don't know. It's something I think about. It's something that I wish I didn't, because I really just do this for fun so that I play video games that I wouldn't play otherwise. Anyways, continuing. Grim Fandango. Actually, I should move this to chat recommended. Because it is, I own it. It is a priority. It was recommended by Spooks, who I think is going to play it on their own stream eventually. And I would like to play it as well because it looks delightful. It's one of those ones that I'm like, okay, if I don't have a Halloween game planned, it's Grim Fandango time. And I think this year coming up, I'm not going to have as many horror games planned, so I think it might be Grim Fandango time. We will see when we get there. I'm not making any promises. Immortality, again, that's a Sam Barlow game. I'm going to play it when I have a Discord server, and that is the only time I will be playing it. I don't think I can play it on Twitch. Abduction is the same people who made Myst, Cyan. I've heard Abduction is fantastic. We know that I hated Firmament, but this is an older game, and I think will have the charm that will bump it through. And I've heard such great things, so maybe once I finish all the Myst games, and again, I'm spacing those out so I don't become a Myst streamer, I will do that. Stray Gods is another music one. Highland Song is another music one. Everhood, the sequel is coming out this year, I think, and I'm scared of playing the first one because I don't think I'm going to be very good at it, but it's so delightful a game that I think it will be fun to try, and I want to be able to play Everhood too. Venba's been on my list for a while. I think it won some awards last year. When I need a nice, like, story game with fun, wholesome mechanics, I think that is when it's time for Venba. Minita's Kitchen is a dinosaur food game. In Stars in Time is another, it's going to be a long one to play. I probably won't play like Everhood and In Stars in Time at the same time. That's the kind of energy it has. Dodgeball Academia looks fun, but it is a turn-based RPG, so I don't know if it will be great to stream, but it has been on my list for a while. Not out yet. Oh boy. Slime Rancher 2, I'm waiting. Everdeep Aurora looks really fun. It has a cat and a platformer. Big Walk, I think, is multiplayer, but looked really funky. Candyland is a mascot horror that I've been seeing a lot of like animations for. They have not announced a release date, but they have a lot of shorts on YouTube with the animatronics, which is pretty cool. And I will want to be playing it in the future. This one I see all the time during directs and game previews. This is the one where you're platforming, but you're also holding a DS, and you're platforming on the DS as you platform on the... You're doing both. You're in the physical 3D space and looking at a 2D version of that space. And I think it looks really cool. It still doesn't have a release date. It's been previewed a bunch of times. Goodlands has dinosaurs. Eclipsium I've been following and is like a freaky, weird game. Exactly the kind of shit I'll play. Dark Pictures, they've been taking their time on this one. I wanna stream Dark Pictures games, and I have at least two people I know I can harass into playing with me. And that might be enough, but we'll see if I can get more. I don't remember what Wanderstop is, but I put it on here. Project C is a horror game. That's the one that's made by Sam Barlow. Carmen Sandiego, they're making new Carmen Sandiego video game with the art style of the series, and I love it, and I'm gonna play it, even though it is a kid's game for sure. Locomoto is that train game that previewed in the Wholesome Games Direct before the Game of the Year, the Goaty Awards. And I want to play it very badly. It looks really cute. Wild Society is the same. There's a different Wilds game, but this Wild Society looked like it had different characters and was more visual novel style than the other one was a farming sim. So I was like, I like the idea of this, but it's farming sim, so fuck that. this is not a farming sim, so I think I'm going to play this one. I have all my to revisit things. Eventually I'm going to play as the one trying to protect the loop, Juliana, whose name I definitely remember. And that's going to be a special thing, probably during a anniversary or re-debut or something. I will play Deathloop again. Going Under is my backup game. I always have it downloaded. Another Crab, I want to finish, truly in my heart. Nightmare Card I also still have downloaded because I'd like to finish. Shipwrecked I'm scared of. We're taking a break, but might come back. Stray I played before I started streaming and really, really loved it and would love to stream it, I think. Next time I feel the urge to revisit Stray, I will play it on stream. SLRPG, I probably won't ever stream again, but I do want to remind myself to play it more. And then Wobble Dogs. Amber Isle, I don't think I'm going to revisit on stream, but I will probably play it off stream. Chat recommended One Shot, that's you, Bugflower. Ebe and Witch's House were both recommended. I own Witch's House, and then never got around to playing it. Monkey Island has been recommended, and Grim Fandango has been recommended. And then I have my list of collabs I do. I put all of the silly, I put PUBG because I want to do Awful Squad. I wanna do a silly Awful Squad version because I like the idea of battle royales, as I've said before. Dokapon Kingdom, I'm actively buying. It's in my cart. I know, yeah, it's impossible to read. I'm sorry the font is stupid. You know, I could probably bold everything. Watch this shit. A little bit easier to see, probably not that much. Yeah, I want to play the Until Dawn remake as well. I've heard the endings are different. And now I know I'm brave enough to play these games. I want to play them myself. My friend just recommended Supermarket Together, which is Supermarket Simulator, but it is up to 16 players. Just really funny to me. I want to play Witch It because I have always wanted to play Prop Hunt, but don't understand how Gary's mod works, and so I've never figured out how to play Prop Hunt. Witch It is just Prop Hunt, but you're witches, and I like that. I love Human Fall Flat and want to stream it, but I have to get my gang together. I have a specific Human Fall Flat gang, and I'm gonna convince them to play it with me on stream, but it'll one day. Supermarket. Super Mario Market. Yeah. Escape the Backrooms would be fun. It would be just silly. Snaky Bus just looks satisfying to play. It's Snake, but you're a subway train and you can jump. I don't, and there, it's multiplayer, so you attack each. It's very funny. And obviously, we're gonna try to play Genesis Project this year. I'm very excited. I have Half Dead 2 on here because we know I love the Cube franchise. And that's it. That's everything. Thus concludes this year's 2024 Marlowe's special game of the year, my opinions only. I'm gonna find someone to raid. I don't have anything else. You'd be lying if you didn't say you're already getting ridiculously anxious about positively positive, as long as it's positive anxiety. I think it'll be fun. We can do a test run if it makes you feel better also. I think I'm just excited to be able to play it with people. I will hopefully, I guess that'll be, I'll get my Discord done by then so we can have a place to play it. Or we can just do it in DMs, that works too. I don't know. Freak. I don't know, I'm bad at planning pretty much anything. That's good. So, plans for the rest of the year. I'm going to play Nancy Drew. I'm going to try to play Nancy Drew on Christmas Eve. That is the 24th of December. And then also I found out that my father is not traveling to the grandparents closer to where I live until Friday. So I have a couple days off where I don't have anything to do. So I'll probably do a couple more random streams, including Wobble Dogs. Before I end stream, can I mention a game I might like? Oh, well, do tell me. Do tell me. I can add it to my special spreadsheet I now have. Tell me. So what I'm saying is I have extra time to do stuff in the next couple of weeks, so I'll probably do a couple random streams. I might even start the Deep Sleep games a little early. Wouldn't that be fun? So I know we're playing at least one Nancy. We're playing at least one Wobble Dog. and I'll try to squeeze in Potionomic. I'm just excited about Deep Sleep. I'm excited for the new year so I can start playing all the new games. But I feel like I should probably wrap up the ones that I said I was going to wrap up first. And I'm sad about it. Potionomics stresses me out, math stresses me out. Okay. I'm adding it. I will go look at it later. I like witches and queerness, and I like lo-fi beats and spirit swap and puzzle games. I like these things. Yeah, I really need to. It's just one more episode of Potionomics and I'll be done with it. One more sitting of Potionomics, one more sitting of Wobble Dogs, and I don't need to play those again on stream. Ever, if I don't want to. So, we'll see. That is the plan. I'm doing thumbs up. You can't see that I'm doing thumbs up, but both of my thumbs are up. With that, let me actually find someone to raid. Actually, let me... Oh, hey, look, Okay, wait. I'll go to the ending screen. I'll go to the ending screen so you don't see me messing with Twitch. How about that? Gotcha. Thank you as always for coming, Bug. It's good to see you. I'm going to raid. I'm gonna raid. Ooh, we can raid either Jasper's playing Call of Duty Ghosts or Lovesick, who is doing just chatting. You know what? Lovesick's pushing for partner right now. We're gonna raid Lovesick tonight. We've been doing a lot of Lovesick raiding, but I wanna help out as best I can. And if we raid Lovesick, it'll eventually become a secret sleepover. So it's all good. Because they start at 9. Lovesick usually raids Secret Sleepover Society. Yes, okay. I'm raiding and I know how to raid. I'm doing it. Heck, I'm glad that you're having fun, Bugflower. I'm glad I am still able to keep doing this. It's wonderful and really fun. And until next year. Well, I mean, I'm gonna stream a few more years, but we're gonna pretend it's 2025, starting after this stream. Anything I stream after this will be on next year's tier list. Okay. Lovesick, looks like Lovesick is drawing, which is very exciting. We love to see that. We love to see art and drawing. No, I don't wanna... Now that Lovesick's also following me, it has that, like, annoying knock ask to collaborate thing, and I don't know what that means, and I'm scared that I'm gonna accidentally click it sometime. Anyways, we're starting the raid. I'm gonna mute myself. Happy New Year's, happy holidays, party hard, and I will see you next year. Goodbye!